We have a number of officials in attendance as well. We have Honorable Melissa Popon-Skerritz. We have
Of CREAD as an agency of government charged with the task of helping us to become the world's first climate.
As we know, the Climate Resilience Execution Agency, CREAD, was established in 2018 as part of Dominica's
of CREAD, Ms. Corinne Prevost, Secretary to the Cabinet, Mr. Carter, representative of the United Kingdom government. I must first extend my commendations to the staff of CREAD, who are here with us this template for further action in our continuing fight. I therefore congratulate with the framework for building resilience. With the framework for building resilience. The assistance provided to build capacity within micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. CREAD's focus on strong communities. The United Kingdom and Canada believed in us. The United Kingdom and Canada believed in us. They invested their money, time, resources, human resources, and made much progress in all major sectors. But our gains must be consolidated and fortified. The challenge of climate, let us carry forward the lessons and achievements of CREAD as a guide and a beacon of hope for our future. Point on all international events when one discusses climate change. Because of our vision.
To the UK and to Canada, so I would like to invite Mr. Richard Carter to receive this gift on behalf of the government of Dominica.
He has some business to attend to. We continue with the program here from the State House Conference Room.
Francine Barron,
Dominica's journey to resilience is a remarkable one. And CREAD was fortunate to have played its part in that journey. Its supervisory committee, who were responsible for overseeing the governance and assurance systems of CREAD, approving its work plan and budget, 6 result areas. And because of time limitations, I will try to highlight only some of the more significant initiatives under each result area. Under strong community citizenship among the youth, strong community engagement, cohesion and partnerships, as well as an active youth volunteer movement. The Each One Reach One, in fact, 25 after-school programs actually provided by volunteers and were very well received by students, teachers, and parents. Development. The second key result area is developing a robust economy. The overarching goal being the achievement of sustained inclusiveness and homeowners. The FHP is essential for a needed increase in home and agricultural insurance coverage to facilitate a quick recovery. Pre-Hurricane Maria geothermal resource concession in Dominica. The small business sector comprises a significant part of the Dominican economy. Access to finance has been the number one project in several areas. It also collaborated with the Ministry of Blue and Green Economy, Agriculture and National Food Security to put in place a national policy. And the Major Capital Projects Unit of CREAD had responsibility for the implementation and supervision of major infrastructural projects of the government that relate to climate resilience, so that a structured approach to creating a resilient country can be fully implemented. This would also facilitate sourcing of funds to finance this vision. Sense a system shift and alignment with sustainability and resilience. This included a review of the strategic plans template of the ministries and approved template of the ministries and approved the establishment of the GIS unit within the planning division in the Ministry of Housing. CREAD was able to partner successfully with the in the Ministry of Housing. CREAD was able to partner successfully with the Organization of Event and Project Management. The course was open to senior managers in the public service and was implemented. 28 public officers received certificates from UE Open Campus.
You can see the continuation of this broadcast here from the State House Conference.
To carry forward the work that we have done, confident.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I'm sure you all agree, the road to resilience is undoubtedly long and fraught with obstacles. Yet, fostered around this priority, I'm optimistic that success is within reach. Canada pledges to continued support, standing steady of Dominica and the CREAD team. We eagerly anticipate future collaboration and are committed to supporting Dominica in every step of its journey.
Thank you very much. And once again, on behalf of the government of Dominica, we express our personal thanks to you as a member of the CREAD Supervisory Committee and those representatives of the government of Canada who have come before you, and of course the government of Canada for the support to CREAD and the support to Dominica overall. I would also like to recognize some of our other key partners and members of the Supervisory Committee. We have Mr. Joseph, one of our key partners in development in Dominica, the European Union. They are following us online. Mr. David Mogolon, the other representative on the CREAD Supervisory Committee. Thank you very much for your service to Dominica, and thank you very much for your support. Of course, our local, we cannot forget our local representatives on the CREAD Supervisory Committee. We do have Ms. Denise Edwards, the Financial Secretary. We really want to thank her for her commitment to CREAD and to this process, and her predecessor, I do not want us to forget, Mrs. Rosamond Edwards, who was the first chair of CREAD from the establishment of CREAD, and I would like to recognize her this morning. Mrs. Gloria Joseph, I believe, has been a member of the advisory committee from inception, and this morning she's well suited to give the expression of thanks, so she will tell you about some of the other people that we must thank for the work done over the last 7 years. Mrs. Joseph.
Thank you very much, Cabinet Secretary. Permit me to just give the honor to all the ministers of government that are here, particularly Honorable Dr. Irving McIntyre, who is the Minister for Climate Resilience, and Honorable Melissa Skerritt, who is the wife of the Prime Minister, Minister for Housing and Urban Development, and Parliamentary Representative for the Roseau constituency, and also, not singling out, but my own minister, Honorable Miriam Blanchard, and also all the invited guests and staff of CREAD, media friends, and all. According to St. Ambrose, Bishop of Milan, a literary genius who lived between the years 339 BC and 379 BC, no duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks. So I'm delighted to have been given the privilege to deliver a vote of thanks at this official closing ceremony of CREAD, the Climate Resilience Government in the capacity of member of the CREAD Transition Team, the CREAD Supervisory Committee, and the Audit and Risk. I am privileged to have served with a team of present and past great men and women, specially selected representatives of stakeholder development partners, of governments, and of all mention is Mrs. Rosamond Edwards, former Financial Secretary, Ms. Denise Edwards, current Financial Secretary, Ambassador Francine Baron, very hard over the 4+ years, contributing in one way or other to the realization of CREAD's mandate and indeed that of the government and people of Dominica. Inter alia, the CREAD Act number 16 of 2018 states, and I summarize, that whereas it is necessary that the Commonwealth of Dominica be rebuilt as a climate resilient nation, infrastructure, property, and livelihoods, that CREAD would function as a vehicle to drive efforts to rebuild Dominica as the first climate resilient nation, its partners, end quote. I therefore wish to thank all members of the established structure for the efficient governance of CREAD who served in the following capacity: as liaison/advisor between CREAD and the policy board and the wider government, the executive management committee, chief operating officer, and other members appointed by the policy board, the audit and risk committee. Indeed, a big thank you and special recognition from the government of Dominica to the government of the United Kingdom, the government of Canada, and the United States. Our gratitude to the following persons who contributed to the successful execution of this official closing ceremony. Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of Dominica, the conceptualization and evolution of CREAD was part of your strategic vision to ensure that following the devastation of Hurricane Maria, Dominica had in place a coordination sector. We salute your visionary leadership, which has catalyzed the journey of Dominica in pursuit of becoming the world's CREAD matters between the Supervisory Committee, CREAD Office, and the Cabinet, but in ensuring that the wider public service is well aligned to the climate resilience. To Her Excellency Francine Baron, former Chief Executive Officer of CREAD, for your delivery of the final report. We salute your sterling and organic leadership, interests of Dominica at the highest levels, and your indomitable, passionate Dominican spirit is to be highlighted. Your efforts have underpinned a model for all. I would especially like to thank you for your insightful words, and truly thank you for your passionate representation and garnering support of the UK, FCDO, of the Government of Canada, Head of Cooperation for the Eastern Caribbean, and member of the CREAD Supervisory Committee, for your kind remarks and your astute representation of Dominica. The passion with which you spoke is testament to the leadership and the camaraderie you exemplified throughout this journey. Thank you for representing well and continuing to advocate the ceremony today to the listening public in Dominica and across the diaspora, and also for formulating takeoffs from this ceremony through your newscasts in the coming days. As a good round of applause for their efforts and their leadership. Thank you very much. I have no further thing to say than thanks to everyone who made it your business to be here with us today.
And then I must say thanks to P.S. Gloria Joseph for this, thank you, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for your usual support. As you know, today is Tuesday, and we have suspended Cabinet to be here because of the importance, of course, of CREAD and the contribution of CREAD.
High commendation that is given to CREAD for the excellent work that CREAD has done in Dominica since the passage of Hurricane Maria, contributing significantly as we focusing on health, on schools, on, of course, we said education, agriculture, women in agriculture or farmers, and also in some way or the other by the work that CREAD has done here in Dominica. And so we again want to commend CREAD for an excellent job it's done on the island in Dominica. We want to apologize again. We want to speak to Honorable Crozier Frederick. Honorable Crozier Frederick.
Is significant, is one that cannot be discounted at all from the entire development thrust of our island. Post-Hurricane Maria, a very ambitious mission to become the first climate resilient country. And in so doing, there had to be a coordinated effort. And so the CREAD came in as this institution, this sort of, and I'm happy to serve as the Minister of the Environment. I'm working initially on the East Coast roads, with the disaster vulnerable. and CREAD came on board and to give some coordinated efforts across the board.
certainly.
It goes beyond sometimes the myopic views of ministries or departments, because it has to be a whole government approach. And so the CREAD served as that sort of is one that came through financial resources, like the support given by the government of Canada and the UK, but also it is the acknowledgement that we as a serious group is one that I believe that can contribute continuously to climate change across the world. And so we have many stories that we could tell, and there are many good practices that we have garnered over the years that we can contribute to humanity. So it's not just for Dominica, it's not just for me as an indigenous person, but as a human citizen is one that I really appreciate and look forward to the work that will continue to be magnified as we move along. And so it is a drop in the major ocean, but the rippling effects, I think, will continue for a number of years to come as we continue to grow, not just physically, but psychologically in creating a first climate resilient country.
Looking further ahead, what's up in terms of developments, the Barana, Uti, and other developments taking place in the territory at this time?
Yeah, so the territory is buzzing with activities. I mean, the East Coast Road is coming right through. So by end of this month, we will see the roadworks in the center of the Calago territory itself, so smooth road. But we're also doing the softer pieces, where we have our Calago Barana Uti, we have the craft vendors, there are the cassava processors, and all of those folks are being given help. And so we have a small project in collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism. It's a cluster project that ties in also essential oils from the southeast. It is basically building the product.
Right.
And because it is one thing to have this wonderful built infrastructure up in life. And so we've been doing the Calago space. The Calago Council have been empowered. We've been working with UNICEF to look at the softer parenting issues. How do we grow our families? How do we create a civil society that responds positively to change? We've been working with a number of agencies, the UNDP. We've been ensuring that the cassava processors do standard procedures, and that they build a business acumen. And all of those little initiatives within this space has allowed us to create, I believe, a more resilient community. Because, Steve, I will tell you that when we really look at resiliency, or we try to define it, you look to the Calago space, Calago territory, where people have survived thousands of years.
Yeah.
And even post-Maria, one of the first communities to bounce back, to build small homes, to knock back up a shack, to harvest the gardens, to ensure food security, to ensure that children were able to go to school, to ensure that there was potable water, to reignite the spirit of Kudme. How do we work together as a community?
And to have their own businesses.
And to have our own business. So all of these are rolling through. If you come to the Canagos territory at this time, you will see a lot of activities. All of our homes are being built by local contractors. So these folks are empowered. These young contractors are on the registry of the World Bank. And so they will bid for other houses out of the Calago space as we move along. We see a lot of young men and women on the East Coast roads. So they started off as just simple security officers, simple steel benders, but now you can see we have seen them taking on more supervisory roles. So
Yes.
the confidence is up, and they are taking leadership roles. And we see a lot of young people getting engaged in the skills that we really need to develop our communities. So I just want to encourage the folks to take more advantage of this. We are also pushing the academic development as well. Right. We have the capacity of the Canago territory. So Steve, I'm very
Would like to blow your own trumpet, but of course, kudos to you for doing an awesome job.
Well, the
You
thing is,
brought it.
you people entrust you with a leadership position. It has to be one that you have to respond to in a positive way.
Certainly.
The people of this Salivary constituency have been good to me for two cycles in government, and I feel that I have to produce and to ensure that the respect and dignity that they deserve as a First Nation people, that they continue to do it, and they get a hand up, but also they have to have a responsibility. They have a right to certain privileges, but they also have a responsibility to play their part. And I'm always very, very sort of very tearful with them, and because I need them to be a little more empowered to ensure that they're equal part of the development and not sitting back expecting someone to give them something.
Sure. Thank you so very much, Honorable Minister. Keep up the good work. Honorable Cozy Frederick speaking to us there live, thereabout, for the groundbreaking ceremony of the new Tibo Primary School that's taking place in the Vacant. Minister has already left and made his way out because he has to attend to some very pertinent issues to do with CARICOM and Haiti, the situation in Haiti.